Let's look at this example to determine the correct data type given these different scenarios. So we're going to be looking at, looking for data types that are either quantitative or qualitative. And if they're quantitative, are they continuous or discrete quantitative data? So let's look at part A. It says the number of pairs of shoes you own. So the key phrase here is the number of. So what this is doing is this is implying counting. And so you're counting the number of pairs of shoes that you own. So because we're talking about numbers, it's going to be quantitative. And because it involves counting, this is going to be discrete. So this would describe a discrete, continuous data, or a variable that we would consider to be discrete and continuous. Okay, let's look at part B. So the type of car you drive. So again, the key phrase is the type of. And so because we're talking about a type, that appears to sound like we're talking about the description of a label. And so the type of car you drive, because we're talking about a label, this is going to imply that this is qualitative data. Okay, part C, the width of your front door measured with a measuring tape. So there's a couple of words or phrases to clue in here. So we're talking about the width of. So this already is implying a measurement. And of course, they use the verb measured. And then it says with a measuring tape. So because we're using a measuring tape, right? If you've ever seen a measuring tape, it looks like a ruler and it has increments on it. Measurement increments that look like this. So because we're using a measuring tape with increments of measurement on there, this is going to be an example of continuous quantitative. So it's a measurement, so it's quantitative, but this is going to be continuous quantitative data. Okay, part D, the number of classes you take per school year. Again, it's using the phrase the number of, which is implying counting. And so because it's counting and we're dealing with a number, it's going to be continuous, but specifically discrete, continuous data. Okay, E, the type of calculator you use. So the type of, that appears to be the description of a label. And so type of calculator could be graphing or non-graphing. The type could also maybe be the manufacturer. So Texas Instruments versus Casio, for example. And so because it is a label, this is going to be qualitative data. Okay, let's look at the next one. Part F. So the weights of sumo wrestlers on analog weighing machine. So again, so we're talking about weight. So this is implying some kind of measurement. And when it says an analog weighing machine, what we mean is it's not digital. So I'm not sure exactly what that would look like for a sumo wrestler, something that's not digital. But this is then going to be continuous quantitative data. And then finally, the number of correct answers on a quiz Okay, the number of correct answers, this is referring to a count. And so that's going to make this discrete, continuous data.